Hello everybody, welcome back to Quantum Break with me, Transfat. Well, let us continue with Act 4, Part 1, Port Donnelly Bridge. Act 4, the secret history of time travel.
You took the one thing Mr. Serene needed to survive, Dr. Amaral. That made you priority one.
Yeah, they made that clear. Monarch lined every escape route with barricades, roadblocks. I had to get to the mainland, but I couldn't do it by car. Needed a new plan.
All right, let's go.
Beth, I think I'm gonna need a ride. The streets are too hot.
You just had a ride.
Where do you want me?
I'll let you know as soon as I find some higher ground and get a good look at the situation on the bridge. I think it might be a no-go.
Beth sounded slightly intoxicated there? Or maybe, like, she just woke up? I don't know about that delivery.
Gotta get to higher ground.
Yay, graffiti. I hear a kitty. I hear a kitty somewhere. I want the kitty. Okay. Not quite a kitty, but...
Alright.
Jack is happy. How many points do I have now? Just the 2? Yeah. There's nothing I could really get, right? No. I think everything is at least 4 or more. Okay. Nope, Jack, I need you to climb. Really? You're the worst, Jack. Also, those are really close. Okay, over here then. Yeah, those are two things really close. I wonder if this is a very short level.
I'm looking at the bridge right now. It's a lot of Monarch. I don't know, maybe you could sneak across?
Well, maybe.
Or I could pick you up. Let me know. Pretty exposed out here, so try to make it fast.
I'll be a lot better when you get me on that boat. Monarch's right on my ass. I'm not exactly making friends out here. How's Dr. Amaral?
Still kicking and screaming. How long do you need to get here?
That depends. Let me check.
Yep, I hear the kitty. Also, if you look on the bridge, there is a Titan XD ad. Guess that would be a Nissan
Better
ad.
get inside before the chopper spots me.
Okay. What are you about?
Paul. What the actual fuck?
I don't think they quite captured Paul there. Look a little 80s though. That's good. 80s is good. Yep.
Still there?
Nope.
Yeah, just looking for a viewpoint.
Okay. All this stuff here and there's nothing interesting here. Okay, one moment. Someone's calling me. Okay. Yeah, as at the time of this recording, it's my birthday. It's my 30th, so people are stopping by and stuff. Oh, hey. This can be Night Springs?
So, we don't know where he is. We can't find him. So we need to look into a replacement.
All ponies are made of butter in Night Springs. Ah! There is always lots of the Gratsu things happening in Gitu of Nigat Springs.
Thank you.
All ponies are made of butter in Night Springs.
We know the old dance, the fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street. But the tables can be but the tables can be turned. The gluttonous consumer may find himself the consumable resource. Do that again.
And yet, that is the fate that awaits you in Night Fringe.
It's Night Springs.
Night Cringe.
Springs.
Bright Blings.
Night Spring.
Fright. Whinge.
Jesus.
We know the old dance. The fortunate and the destitute. The haves and the have-nots. Those who dine at the table and those who starve in the street, but the tables can be turned. The gluttonous consumer may find himself the consumable resource in Night Springs.
Right things.
Oh, that's great. That is once again Remedy poking fun at themselves. If you haven't been watching my Alan Wake Let's Play, there are a series of cuts. Those are not cutscenes. They're on TVs like this, and they have Night Springs, which is a parody of the Twilight Zone, and they have a narrator on there. So they were casting for a new narrator because they were missing. Now I think what they're doing is they're poking fun at Alan Wake when they did that, because what they did is Remedy is a Finnish company, I believe, and so they had Finnish actors and actresses. And the thing is they lip synced everything because none of them could speak English clearly enough to actually do it for real. And so I'm wondering if that was a parody of that fact. If so, that's really funny, because Remedy likes to poke fun at their own development studio in the games. They did that in Alan Wake. They poked fun at some of the things they did in Max Payne 1.
We still have no visual on Joyce or Wilder. Doing another sweep.
I can't stay here long, Jack. You're gonna need to be quick.
Yeah, about that.
Bad news?
Reoccurring theme of the night. I'm looking at the bridge right now. If I go anywhere near that thing, there's gonna be innocent people caught in the crossfire.
All right. Any bright
Thanks for your
ideas?
patience, folks. Have you on your way again soon.
Let me see. There's a pier under the bridge. You should be able to meet me there with the boat. Giant gas sign out front. Can't miss it.
It's nice and bright for Monarch to see.
There's not a lot of options. Switching to Monarch frequencies. Be in touch soon.
All right, I'll be there in a few minutes. Don't stand me up.
Wouldn't most boats that use that for fueling up, wouldn't they use
How do we
diesel?
get down there. Where's the fire pole?
Okay. Fire pole, you say? That's exciting. But yeah, in Alan Wake, they poked fun at themselves for Max Payne. Mostly for executive meddling. They were joking with the idea of calling bullet time mullet time instead, because producers really like mullets for some reason.
For those of you just tuning in, the manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce, the suspect in last night's university terror attack. Joyce may also have been involved in a firefight at the Monarch Mansion on Gull Island approximately 30 minutes ago. On the line, we have Ken Bukowski, a bridge operator for the Port Donnelly Bridge. Ken, what can you tell us about the situation out there?
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to my little guy. Hey, Ben, hope you're listening.
Isn't it past his bedtime?
He'll be up reading those Hunger Games books if I know him. But, yeah. I'm just out here in the control booth overlooking the bridge. Monarch's got a roadblock set up, checking all the cars as they go through. It's all very well organized. I got a nice young fellow from Monarch up here, Darren, doing some kind of lookout from above. He's not a coffee drinker, so there must be something wrong with him. No, but we're in good hands, even though it's not cops at the roadblock.
Yes, Ken, Monarch is working to assist the police in the hunt for Jack Joyce. I know some people have asked, does Monarch have the authority to do this? Well, my question is, if not Monarch, then who? I think we need to recognize that we are currently in a state of crisis. Why isn't Joyce behind bars? If the police are overwhelmed, then I say we take all the help we can get. Monarch is the only thing keeping this city safe. Am I right, Ken?
I guess that makes sense.
You bet it does. I suggest we stop asking why they're helping us and start helping them. But that's just me. We're opening the lines for your thoughts, Riverport, right after this.
Yeah. I think Monarch owns that station. That is a thing. I wonder if it's actually gonna get callers. Or is that just the end of it? Okay. What's that down there? Aren't they supposed to have, like, rungs on a ramp of certain steepness?
Excuse me, sir. We're helping the police, looking for a terrorist. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Is that the guy who blew up the library? James Joyce? Jack Joyce, yeah. You see anything out of the ordinary?
James Joyce is an author.
I mean, there's a sports car parked in the streets back there. It's kind of wrecked. It's a little unusual. Please, show me where. Right now.
Damn it. Better hurry.
All units, be advised that Martin Hatch has been compromised and has been...
I've been wondering if Jack's name, his full name, was a reference to the author, which they referenced in Alan Wake. I'm not familiar with his work, but there was a FBI agent that kept referring to Alan Wake by various thriller and horror writer names, so I assume he was a horror writer. Or thriller, of course. I figured that was gonna happen. Oh. Didn't stick, I guess. Okay. I'm getting all right at finding these now. Quite a few I missed in the past. That leaves us with 4, right? What do I want? I already have time dodge maxed out. I guess time stop? Sure. Don't use that too often, mostly for puzzles, really. But hey, we'll get it. Caution tape. We will be cautious.
Terrorist known as Jack Joyce.
Terrorist.
Thanks for your continued patience. Please talk to one of our security personnel if you have anything to report.
They're speaking really loudly if we could hear them that well from here.
Somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
Hey there. How you doing? Why isn't this reloaded? Oh, I'm out of my favorite weapons ammo. That is unfortunate. Hi there. How's everyone doing? Having a good time? I want you two to get closer. I mean, you're friends, right? Get a little closer. No? That was a significant amount of fail. I feel like I kind of made up for it there. At least that's the way it feels for me. Looks like that was part of an ammo crate. Hi there. You having fun over there? Hi. Hey, you tried to do that to me. You don't do that. Only I may do that. Yeah, they have the vector. Okay, so I picked up some vector ammo. That's good. A little bit of vector ammo goes a long way, really. Do these have vectors? I didn't actually pay attention. No. Seems kind of weird to like give them like the chronon harness and stuff like that, and then just give them a pistol. Like at the very least, they should give them better weapons just to protect the investment of the chronon ironess, right? You want to be entirely cold about it. I'm almost dead. Kind of being cavalier with this fight, aren't I? Just a little bit. What's your ammo?
My plan to meet Beth went out the window as soon as the stutter hit.
Her boat couldn't get to you.
No, but it gave me an opportunity to climb up on the bridge and cross it. Slip right past Monarch, more or less undetected.
Oh, that's gonna go well, isn't it? Hi there.
I should get up on that bridge and make my way across it before this stutter ends.
I don't think that's actually gonna happen. Stutters don't just start and stop. Could have been an interesting mechanic if it was more dynamic, but obviously it happens when the story needs it to happen. This is unfortunate. It's a missed opportunity, I feel. I just realized how frequently I say that sentence while let's playing. I am filled with regret. I am filled with regret for other people as well. Apparently, anyway. A little dinghy by dinghy. Yep, a Monarch. Oh, this is a train and it stopped apparently. What? Did I miss a thing? Uncle Stu's Lobster Shack. Ah, crap. I don't want to do that. I just picked up a thing over there. There's no way to go further, right? Well, I guess we're not going back through there. Are we gonna end up over there at some point? In the Lobster Shack? Oh well, it's no biggie. I have, like, pretty much all of the abilities that I want anyway. The upgrades I want on the abilities that I have, I should say. Yeah, the train was moving. Not a very long train though. You wanna go up the stairs, Jack? Please.
The scene on the bridge was unreal. They weren't cops. They had no authority to do this. But the Monarch PR machine had done its job. Here they were, the heroes protecting everybody.
And you were the terrorist.
Yeah.
Listen, if you see him, don't try to approach him. Just call the number, okay?
It's even worse than my passport picture.
Stop here for further instructions and coffee. That's a good way to get me to pull over. Cute.
Super cool, man. This is going on Facebook right now.
Some more product placement. Facebook. Oh, what was the last one? Did I mention it? Oh, the Hunger Games, yeah. Mark notice board. Have you seen these two? Charlie Wincott, Fiona Miller. Thought in connection with the recent terror events. Do not approach. Please contact Monarch Solutions with any information as to their whereabouts. Okay. I guess we're not the only ones on the run. Coffee.
Watch yourself there, sir. That's hot.
Some of the faces.
Just be patient, folks.
I don't care. I know how to read. Okay, Monarch Field Orders Update, Martin Hatch. Field Orders Update, Martin Hatch. All field operatives be advised that Martin Hatch is now considered a compromised asset. Sorry. Got a bit of frog in my throat. I had some deep fried dill pickles earlier. All orders and instructions from him, new or existing, have been rendered invalid and have been countermanded. Please contact your supervisor for further information as required. Hatch is responsible for the destruction of vital medical supplies, involved in the deaths of numerous Monarch personnel, and may be collaborating with Jack Joyce. The investigation is ongoing, but Martin Hatch is to be detained with maximum force if encountered. If he cannot be captured, he should be considered a priority target and should under no circumstances be allowed to escape Take no chances, he is considered to be extremely dangerous. Ooh. 5 out of 5 narrative objects. This must be a short level. Like, real short. Okay. Just, nice. Mm-mm. I'm really not armed for this fight. Yeah. I'm supposed to melee them. Oh, this isn't good. How I'm still alive? I don't know. I am made of not so much failed today, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot. They attack backwards like that. Oh, there's a shotgun there. Oh, right. I've run out of sprint ability. That is a thing that happens. Oh, yeah, I have like a shield ability. I used that like once before. That was about it. A little close. Just a little bit. Okay. That wasn't terrible.
Okay, good. That's cool. Just gotta make it across this damn bridge and I'll be clear.
Huh, I can't move the ragdolls. Ammo? Oh wait, there's ammo over here, isn't there? I thought there was? There's apparently a thing over there. Oh, there's ammo over there. And hiccups. There's apparently hiccups over here too. Okay. Yeah, I'm out of LMG. Anyway. I'm out of LMG. I'm out of ammo for it. Can't believe they made frozen seagulls, but haven't made them have... Oh wait, one's got a can! One's got a can! Kinda want to shoot it out of its mouth, but I'm afraid I might shoot the seagull. And I would feel bad about it. Because animals are wonderful. Even seagulls. Shit, what was I saying? I'm bad for that. Okay, I guess that was a concealed loading screen. I was just wondering why they had a cutscene. Maybe for brevity. Okay. 5 of 6. Yeah, I think this is... must be a super short level. Must be just the bridge. Something's gotta happen here, right? Oh, that's the stutter ended, right? I don't think the bridge would give out there. I think that the mast or whatever on the boat would. But then we wouldn't have this interesting set piece, would we? This is so goofy.
Oh no. This is so bad.
Well,
knew I'd be dead if the stutter collapsed while I was in the frozen crash. I had to reach solid ground, and the deck of the cargo ship was my best bet.
Yeah?
Just had to find a way down.
Okay. It's like Jacob's Bridge instead of Jacob's Ladder. Oh, I think I messed up. Yes, I did. Oh boy. What are those?
I knew I'd be dead if the stutter collapsed while I was in the frozen crash.
Boiler load screens?
I had to reach solid ground, and the deck of the cargo ship was my best bet. Just had to find a
Why
way
is that
down.
turning red when I go on that? Am I dying?
Now what?
It's pretty cool. Where am I going? That way, okay. Oh, that's nice. The traffic light goes with it.
Frozen crash was a mess. Somehow, I had to find my way across, hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where am I going from here? Oh, okay. No. What was that, Jack? What was that scream? Oh, Jack, you gotta.
I knew I'd be dead if the
Oh,
stutter
they're putting
collapsed
back
while I was
here?
in the frozen crash.
Okay, that's fine.
I had to reach
whatever.
solid ground, and the deck of the cargo ship was my best bet. Just had to find a way down.
Mm-hmm. Alright, skip this. Oh, I can, yeah. Hold space. And then a load screen. Okay. Let's try this again, this time without the fail. There was almost some fail there.
Frozen crash was a mess. Somehow, I had to find my way across, hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. Where am I trying to get to there? Am I trying to jump down to that? No, it couldn't be. I'm trying to jump onto the car? I guess I'll try the car. Yeah, seems to have done it. Maybe? I guess so. That felt close.
I kept heading downwards, towards the cargo ship.
Is it done? We good now? Okay.
The route down wasn't exactly user-friendly.
Not OSHA compliant either. Fairly
The
certain.
fracture was getting much worse. Timelines getting scrambled. Caught in violent loops, off sync. Crashing into each other. This was what the end of time would look like. Everything was broken.
Oh.
In chaos.
Sorry for cutting off your absolutely captivating monologue there, Jack. Okay, back here then. You gonna do the thing? All right, I have to have the. All right.
I kept heading downwards, towards the cargo ship.
Can't skip this.
The fracture was getting much worse. Timelines getting scrambled. Caught in violent loops, off sync. Crashing into each other. This was what the end of time would look like. Everything was broken. In chaos. Frozen. And no one would know.
Okay. Nice boat. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Come on, come on.
Fracture was escalating. Objects were moving out of time, out of order, entire timelines overlapping. And it was gonna get worse, unless we could stop it.
You don't understand the power you're wielding. You need to hand this technology over to Monarch. I've prepared for what happens next.
You say you're prepared, but no part of this plan of yours involves stopping it from happening.
Even if I fix William's machine, what could you possibly hope to achieve? The end of time is coming. There's no way to—
Hey! This isn't a debate. I just watched a ship fast forward through a fucking bridge. Time is running out, and the fracture's getting worse by the minute.
And it cannot be stopped. Paul has been to the end of time. He's witnessed it firsthand. Can't you see? We prepared for what's next out of necessity.
Your research is based on work by William Joyce. You respected him. He knew that the fracture would occur, but he also knew that it could be fixed. Will built a way to stop the fracture. This. The countermeasure. We're traveling to the past to retrieve it. You can help us get there faster. Or you can agree to disagree.
I'll have to run diagnostics on the machine. I can't promise anything before that.
Amy, take Emerald to the machine. Keep an eye on her.
Sure thing. Okay, Doctor, let's go. And I can see right through you. Don't try anything stupid. You will regret it.
Wow. Amy's getting kind of mean.
Jack, before we head downstairs, we have to talk about something.
Well, I have to talk to my viewers about something first. I just realized something during that cutscene there. In a previous set piece that was similar to that, we were under a boat that was falling. And in this one, we were falling onto a boat. And that's not the only similarity. The previous one, where we were clambering around in the dry dock, we had a fight after that set piece. In this case, we had a fight before it. I wonder if they act as bookends in the plot. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. Anyway. Hey Beth, how goes it?
Okay, what's up?
It's about the plan. If Emerald gets the machine working...
We go back to yesterday and undo all of this.
Listen. In the video Will left for me, he said the countermeasure was stolen from his workshop on July 4th, 2010.
America.
He also said I took it. Maybe I did, Jack. We have a time machine.
You're saying we go to 2010. We steal it.
If Will was right, that would mean it wouldn't be a change. We take the countermeasure, bring it to the present, fix the fracture, save the world.
Okay. Explain to me why that's a better plan than just going back to yesterday and preventing all this from happening in the first place.
Because I'm afraid that based on what I know about time travel, we can't change anything. The past has already happened. We can't change it. But my way, we don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my plan still feels simpler. Let's just get the machine working.
Okay. We have to make a choice. Beth's 2001 plan. Beth's charts and plans for the plan to travel to 2010. Sorry, not 2001. Steal the countermeasure. She really thought this out. Like a school project right there. Right. Are these what I think they are? Yep, 3 engineers. Candy bars. There's something else over here. Oh, it's over here. I guess Beth's been busy.
This was the guy delivering the speech at the gala.
Name's Martin Hatch. According to Monarch Radio, he's been deemed a traitor. Sabotaged a Monarch lab.
Potential ally?
Nope.
Not even close.
Martin Hatch, what we know. Facts gathered by Fiona Miller so far. Joined Monarch 2001. Became Serene's chief advisor around 2007. No records before 2001. Who was he? Where did he come from? Working against Monarch? Possible links to the following. Death of Dr. Kim, unconfirmed. Alone with Dr. Kim at time of death. Death occurred just as Kim was on the verge of a solution to Serene's time sickness. University time machine sabotage, unconfirmed. Miscalculations on purpose. Hatch seen in lab. Assistance in Sophia's kidnapping, confirmed. Distracted Monarch while kidnapping occurred. Knew we were coming. Did not alert Serene. Destruction of Serene's remaining sickness treatments, unconfirmed. Was present outside Dr. Kim's lab when the lab was destroyed. Accused Sophia of being responsible for this. Helped Charlie Wincott escape, confirmed. Is that really true? Not really. I mean, Hatch is using Charlie. Currently helping Charlie reach Monarch Tower undetected. I suppose, yeah. Disobeyed direct orders from Paul Serene, wants access to CFR. Potentially desires to sabotage the lifeboat protocol. Sabotaging Serene, motive, secretly assuring Serene's downfall. Wants to take over Monarch. Why? Sabotaging Monarch's survival plan from within, no reason for this. Doesn't believe countermeasure could stop fracture, not a potential ally. Works for Monarch, therefore believes end of time is inevitable. Then why attempt to sabotage lifeboat protocol? Yes. Employees only. There'll be things in here. Iridium.
Hello, Riverport. Well, it's been a rough night for us. The collision at the Port Donnelly Bridge that has claimed multiple lives is still being investigated. At least a dozen people are confirmed dead, and investigators say they expect to find more bodies, some of which are predicted to be found in the cars at the bottom of the river. The cause of the accident remains unclear. Adding to the confusion are conflicting reports from shipboard personnel and those on dry land. The captain of the cargo ship insists that the bridge was up and the route was clear. However, some people shoreside claim the cargo ship was approaching the bridge at high speed, despite the bridge having not yet been raised. Others express surprise at the ship's presence, claiming that they do not see its approach at all. The investigation is still ongoing. We'll keep you posted. Now, obviously, this disaster will affect us in more ways than one. With the Port Donnelly Bridge out of commission, heavy congestion is expected on the other routes across the river, and we now have reports coming in of multiple car crashes all over Riverport. So you will want to reserve enough time for your trip today if you're traveling by car. Stay safe out there. Hopefully we can all get back to normal soon.
Yeah, like I mentioned previously, I'm pretty sure that stack wouldn't have held up to hitting the bridge like that.
Let's see how Dr. Amaral's doing with the time machine.
Jack?
Yeah.
You don't tell me what to do. I tell you what to do. With my fingers.
I don't think we can trust her. The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before, she knows what it does.
You think Will told her about it?
Nice.
No. Will was never the kind to open up.
Beth, come back here and pick that up. Also, I realized it might look like I was checking out Beth's butt. No, I was looking at the Chronon harness. I swear. I mean, Beth is totally my type, but... What are you doing, Beth? Where are we going?
Did she find anything?
I don't know. Let's go find out.
I'm not sure. I'll go check.
Yes, Jack. There's no readables in here, right? Not like before. Hello?
How's it look?
The problem is quite simple, really. power relay is down. You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There, where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you.
What happened to the power relay?
Power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
7 a.m.? That's hours before we even got here.
Well, the numbers don't lie.
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
You did more earlier.
Sure. Saves me from volunteering.
Aha. Hey there. Can I have you? I want you. There we go. Apparently this isn't a lecture hall. I was gonna say there's apparently a very bright student sitting there. That doesn't work. It's a pool. It's a thought that counts, right? At least that's what I'm told.
Okay. The console here's got 2 red lights, 1 green one.
You'll have to reset the power to the 2 stations with the red lights before activating the relay. Both stations are located above the machine. Just follow the cables to the red lights.
Okay.
Above the machine. It's a perfect place for a reset switch, Will.
Mm-hmm. You're serious? Wait, wow. Where's the one? Okay. Ooh. Ghostly looking. Huh. I think this is going to be a lot more involved than I thought. Okay, so looks like we have to get up there, which means we have to get over there. Which probably means we have to do timey-wimey stuff to that. Can I get over there? No, of course not. I just kick off of something that doesn't actually exist. Can I get up here? Apparently. Couldn't crouch under that.
Okay, the first red light is now green.
Good. One more to go.
Red light, green light.
I'm not sure if you can reach the second one that way. You may have to climb down and reach the other side of the machine.
Yep. Oh, I got hurt there. It's like, oh no, my shins. My shin bones are now embedded in my thighs. What will I do? Okay, it's
Jack,
really pointing it out.
You've got to see this.
What is it? Hey, aren't you supposed to be watching Sophia?
Shouldn't you be keeping an eye on
thanks,
Emerald?
Jack.
Okay, but first, you need to check out the intel I uncovered.
You were just looking on Facebook, weren't you?
All right. What is all this?
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station. I also found a video of your brother. It's on that TV. You're gonna want to see it. Everything else I printed out and put on tables over there.
Well, that's convenient. I guess we're not going to escape the reading.
Okay. The date is... It's February 28th,
Jesus, Will.
1999. William Joyce.
1999.
After months
First experiment.
arduous work, my machine is finally ready for human testing. Ready is defined by me, since ready is obviously a relative term when you're dealing with the deformation of the chronon field and recreating of black holes' mass density by tangent. Okay, in short summary, I built a time machine, and it works. I'm gonna prove it, or die. Okay, just need to make some final preparations. When I enter the machine, I will travel clockwise around the corridor. Okay. Core is active. Chronon levels are stable. Travel clockwise around the corridor, exiting back into the same location in the near future. Oh. This clock is set to my watch. Now, when I exit the machine, there should be a significant difference in time between my watch and the clock in this room. Corridor is locked in place. Okay, setting the date to 5 minutes to the future for the first test. Now, admittedly, traveling to the past would be much more impressive, but I can't travel backwards in time, only as far as the first activation of the machine's core, which is, well, now. Okay, machine's ready. Monitor is stable. What I'm about to do is gonna change the very fabric of I don't remember.
The best acting. Also, it just occurred to me, if he was expecting his watch to go forward while going through the time machine, wouldn't that mean that going through the time machine ages you? Because watches don't show the time per se. It's just a series of mechanical or digital processes that go on that somewhat correlate to the passage of time. So that it wouldn't work that way, would it? Unless I'm mistaken. Oh, hey Beth. Oh, there's a lot of readables. Gotta get going. Oh boy.
What's on the computer?
Monarch files I uploaded, and I kept the juiciest stuff on screen for you.
Okay, from Sophia Amaral, Dream Journal 5. Oh, I think we missed like 3 dream journals. Dr. Poretta, I'm attaching Paul Serene's most recent entry in his dream journal. I'm growing increasingly concerned with the meaning behind these dreams, but I need a second opinion. I could treat Paul's sickness, really, as far as I could determine the Chronon syndrome is more a metaphysical condition than an actual medical issue, but I'm a physicist. I'm very much out of my depth with all this. This exercise was meant to help alleviate stress to ease Paul's symptoms. So far it has resulted in the opposite. Time is of the essence, his condition is getting worse by the day. Okay. Okay, this is the actual entry. My 5th entry. I recall moving through a wheat field that once belonged to my grandparents. I pressed the wheat stalks into the side of my hands, softly lifting through them at first. But as I pressed forward, the stalks began to warp and curl around my arms, providing resistance to my every move. The entire field began to solidify into an unbreakable material, with my body entangled in the mess. I desperately tried to pull myself free, but every movement led to a burning sensation. The world desaturated, time stopped. I heard the unmistakable sound of my greatest fear approaching. Shifters. They emerged from all sides, surrounding me. I looked into the distance and saw a blurry figure approaching. He tried to yell, but the words wouldn't escape his throat, instead transforming into an endless shriek pulsing through my ears. His every movement and sound transformed into an agonizing discomfort all throughout my body, until it became completely unbearable. The pain trumped logic. I needed to make it stop. I needed to make it all stop. I grew violent, blindly lashing out at the figure, tearing him apart. I needed to destroy the source of motion and sound that caused me such discomfort. The pain stopped as I took the figure's life, and as he died, his identity became clear. It was me. I had become the very threat I had once feared, but I did not fear anymore. I felt something very clear, very pure. I turned around to discover Jack behind me. He didn't move, but I could somehow understand his intent. He welcomed me. Every misunderstanding, all the pain that we had caused one another, was forgotten. We were part of a higher consciousness. I heard a voice behind me, Dr. Kim. He joined us. He told me that time was once the fire in which we burned. He told me that we will burn no more. Hi, Beth. What's happening?
Was that Paul?
That's how he arrived in the past.
How's that possible? It wasn't even the same time machine he entered at the university.
That's one question I still don't have an answer for.
Okay. I hope these are relatively short. It's a lot of reading.
This is Serene's original manifesto for Monarch.
They had us practically memorize this.
Okay, this one's short.
He actually believes he's doing the right thing.
It's because he doesn't think the fracture can be stopped. And he's wrong.
Okay, Monarch Solutions 3-phase plan, table of contents. Phase 1, building an empire, February 28, 1999 to July 4, 2010. Formation of Monarch Solutions, lucrative investments, global expansion, employee recruitment. Phase 2, preparing for the future, July 5th, 2010 to October 8th, 2016. Ground Zero buyout, CFI preparation, Chronon tech development, militarization. Phase 3, the Lifeboat Protocol, October 9th, 2016 to end of time. Time Machine core heist. Like how they call it a heist so openly. Chronon tech rollout. They could have called it like acquisitions or something. Remove threats to Lifeboat Protocol. Initiate Lifeboat Protocol. Okay. Monarch Mission Statement, 1999. Paul Serene. Limited distribution for approved employees only. I've seen the path ahead, and I know it will be hard. I have found Monarch Solutions to bring together those who will walk it with me. The elite few whose skill, dedication, and passion will live on when everything else ends. To that end, 1. We will work under my guiding vision of the future, my knowledge of what is coming. We accept that we cannot change our fate, nor can we avoid it. It is a harsh truth, but it is the truth. We will accept it and its full implications, but we will not deviate from our course, nor give in to despair, nor give up the fight. Those of us who share in this knowledge, who learn the triumphs and tragedies of the days and years to come, will look past them and find ways to turn them beyond our advantage. The gray, uncertain area beyond what is known will be where we build our empire, and we will build it on the hope that we can persevere. That the end isn't our end, that we can still succeed. 2. We will expand Monarch's influence and power in all possible spheres, financial, political, cultural, medical, technological, military, to the best of our ability. This is a goal unto itself. We will need to be in a position of exceptional resources and ability to act when the time comes. We will build. We will seek success and profit, not for the sake of wealth and fame, but for the sake of preparedness. We will develop science and technology to counter a very specific set of circumstances. This will require extensive research and experimentation, as well as tremendous financial cost. We will not be daunted by these challenges. We will complete our work. Or, we will not compromise. We recognize that sacrifice is required, and we're willing to pay the cost to meet our goals. There's no alternative to this. Doubt, qualms, and sentiment are luxuries we cannot afford. Whatever we have to do is a lesser evil than the extinction of the entire human race, and to pretend otherwise is weakness. Nothing in the history of our planet has been as important as this. Nothing we have accomplished as a species matters if we fail our mission. I still believe that messing with time is going to affect the entire universe, not just the planet. But we will not fail. There'll be many challenges in the years ahead. I know what's coming. It can't be averted. There's no escaping it. But we can survive it, and we can overcome it. And we will. I am dedicating myself to this company and every shred of willpower at my disposal to that mission. I expect the same from those who join me on it. All serene. Okay. God, still more.
The lifeboat.
Yeah.
Oh, this is...
Well, according to Monarch Communications, Paul Serene just activated that thing.
Far sooner than they were supposed to.
What does that mean?
Means we have less time than I hoped.
Oh, this is a big one. This is a real big one. Oh my god. Also, it happens a year after, or a year before the time of this recording, which is August 18th, 2017, my birthday. Anyway, while the Lifeboat Protocol is fairly straightforward on the surface, it's important that the people involved in the project understand how it radically differs from other survival scenarios against so-called apocalyptic threats. Starter proofing. A traditional bunker built to protect the occupants from an environmental hazard, example a chemical attack or nuclear fallout, is typically sealed airtight, and the occupants have their own electricity, air supply, provisions, etc. The bunker's interior is isolated from the outside environment. The lifeboat's design is different. It's not actually sealed, because it doesn't have to be. It does have strong walls and protected access points, but the outside environment is not the problem. It's the lack of Mayor Joyce field that enables time to exist that makes the outside hazardous. From a technological standpoint, these differences make the lifeboat's operating principles quite different, particularly with regards to maintenance. Compared to, say, the failure of the life support system in a hermetically sealed survival space, such as a bunker, the failure of the lifeboat's stutter-proofing system has far more immediate and grave effects. Traditional lifeboat system can be repaired. For instance, a failure in the CO2 scrubbers would pose a significant threat. With replacement parts and tools, properly trained occupants could easily repair the system before they would feel any ill effects. In fact, almost any mechanical failure, short of a full-scale environmental breach, can be fixed as long as suitable repair materials and trained professionals are at hand. But, by its very nature, the stutter-proofing is different. If it fails, everybody within the area of effect is immediately affected by the zero state and becomes frozen. In a permanent zero-state scenario, that means they would have no opportunity to ever effect repairs. There's literally no time to react. The only exception would be personnel wearing an activated chronon harness, such as striker suit, but given that repairing the stutter-proofing system is highly technical, a complicated process requiring exceptional proficiency in the operation and engineering of chronon technology. This would be a scenario with a low probability of success. It is therefore of utmost importance that the lifeboat stutter-proofing operates reliably and without faults, with multiple fail-safe systems, because if it ever fails, it is unlikely that it can be repaired or restarted. Accordingly, once the lifeboat protocol has been activated, there's no real way to deactivate it other than removing the chronon field regulator. This would be highly inadvisable, as doing so could not only disrupt the stutter-proofing, but more importantly, without the CFR, the lifeboat's rate of chronon particle consumption is increased by a vast margin, effectively reducing its potential operating time to a fraction of what is intended. Okay, we read about that before. Unique advantages and risks. However, it's worth pointing out that even though the lifeboat operation has unique hazards, there are also unique advantages. One such advantage is provisions. The traditional survival scenario in a bunker typically involves a poor quality of meals. Due to obvious resourcing problems, anything that spoils easily is out of the question. In a zero-state scenario, however, spoilage becomes a non-issue. Anything stored outside the stutter-proofed area remains in perfect condition. This advantage doesn't only apply to comestibles? I mean consumables? I'm not sure what that word means, but also makes the storage of medicine, volatile chemicals, and other similar articles far less of a problem than it otherwise would be. In fact, given the fact that the city of Riverport is vast compared to the relatively small number of people residing in the lifeboat, in theory, Monarch operatives could venture outside the lifeboat in chronon harnesses and actually enjoy freshly cooked meals simply by entering a restaurant and finding the ready-made dishes that have been prepared, remove them from the zero state to a stutter-proofed area, and enjoy them as hot and delicious as they would have been prepared, which in fact, they of course would be. Just steal people's meals. I mean, if they're out there, they're probably not ever gonna finish it anyway. To be clear, this is not a recommended activity, as it would be a foolish way to waste resources to go after individual meals like that. The above scenarios mentioned here merely to illustrate the point. Even though lifeboat has been designated to operate for decades of subjective time, it doesn't actually need provisions for that long. If the lifeboat's own reserves start to run low, a well-planned supply run into the city could easily result in a great deal of perfectly preserved supplies. Another advantage is that while the situation outside the lifeboat would be dire, people frozen in the zero state would not actually be dead. If a solution is found to the end-of-time scenario, everybody would resume their everyday lives, most likely with no awareness of time ever having stopped. However, it's hard to know what the exact psychological impact of knowledge on lifeboat personnel would be. There's a real concern that the pressure of knowing that they have the sole responsibility for the survival of the human race, that there are billions of people outside the walls of the lifeboat, helpless and unaware, frozen internally in the last moment, may prove to be crushing for some. On the other hand, knowing that their loved ones are actually not dead and may be saved and are not in any distress, or indeed even aware of the situation, may prove to be a powerful motivating factor that helps us eventually resolve the situation. Of course, the solution to the problem of a permanent zero state is not currently within our reach, and we expect that finding one will take subjective decades. If it is indeed possible, we can try. We can but try. It's worth noting that since the people outside Lifeboat are indeed not dead, merely stopped, it should be possible for a team of personnel wearing chronon harnesses to exit the lifeboat, retrieve a person, and bring them into the lifeboat. However, I advise against adopting this practice. For the occupants, that should forever remain a theoretical scenario. Any situation in which somebody is brought in from the outside would cause undue stress on the occupants, who would at that point have to become acutely aware that their loved ones could be brought in. But since the lifeboat has limited space, this could never be allowed. That kind of psychological pressure would likely lead to friction and questions of favoritism and ultimately increase the risk of mission failure. There's so much reading. It hurts. Oh, you look short.
Anybody here we can trust?
Fiona. She's my only remaining contact on the inside.
What about this Burke guy? He was under arrest in the same transport as me.
Jury's still out on Burke.
Okay. We got Burke. We got Fiona. There's Wincott. What's his first name? Charlie. We got Clarissa Ogawa. That's who's been questioning us all along. Carlos, isn't that who Burke... I think he slashed his throat, and Gibson is the one he strangled in the hospital? I think that's who they are. That's probably Dr. Kim up there, previous head of research, deceased, Martin, and Sophia Amaral. Okay. Head of Monarch, Paul Celine, creator of Monarch, believes the end of time is inevitable, is building a survival program for a select few. Division leads Martin Hatch, Monarch spokesperson, head of security and PR, Serene's key advisor, working against Serene. Dr. Sophia Amaral, head of research, specialist in chronon technology, only doctor trained to administer Serene's treatments, intimate relations with Serene. Dr. Henry Grimm, previous head of research, deceased. Key enforcers, Clarissa Ogawa, Monarch dispatcher, allegiance to Martin Hatch, working against Serene. So she's a dispatcher. Well, why is she interrogating Jack? I don't know. Gibson, head of security, Monarch enforcer, deceased. Carlos, leader of Reaper Squad. Sounds like they watch too much anime. Loyal to Martin Hatch, deceased. Dutch allies within Monarch, Fiona Miller. Chronon researcher, confirmed ally, working with Beth from inside. Liam Burke, Monarch fixer, has questioned Monarch's agenda extensively, deemed Monarch traitor for assisting in Jack's escape. Charlie Wincott, Monarch hacker, history of allegiance to Martin Hatch, current loyalty unknown. Dick. Yes. Wonderful. You're gonna be a big one, aren't you? How about you? You look significant as well. Oh, God. I mean, I appreciate it. There's just so much. It can't be the funnest thing to watch either. Oh, God, that's a ton. Memo, controlling the Riverport situation from Clarice Ogawa to field team leads. I know the situation is fluid and things are progressing fast, but I want to reiterate our strategy for maintaining control over the city of Riverport. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but every time Riverport comes up, it makes me think of Steelport, you know, from Saints Row games. It was called Steelport, right? I think it was. As you all know, we can't actually directly control the city. We don't have the manpower, and we don't have the actual authority. It is therefore vital that we maintain a good relationship with the media and the local authorities, and have them do much of the heavy lifting for us. Ideally, everything we do should either be undertaken by the authorities under our discreet direction, or in cases where we take action ourselves, backed by the powers that be, creating the illusion that Monarch Solutions is working in cooperation with legal authorities. Make no mistake, although we've been successful thus far, the situation is not stable, and it can change quickly. If key parties in the city lose confidence in us and our ability to handle the crisis, our control will erode very quickly. Therefore, we must nurture this relationship even as we conduct our own operations, some of which involve considerable troop mobilization and combat action. This is a constant balancing act, and while I'm confident we can pull it off, there is no room for error. We can't afford to grow complacent and sloppy. Fortunately, we're well prepared for this contingency. Long before we reached this point, we established a good rapport with the mayor, Riverport PD and other major authorities within Riverport, as well as most of the important media outlets. Our strategy is twofold. 1. Maintain control. It's imperative that we ensure that the city's various power structures remain under our control. This means maintaining a close relationship with numerous individuals and organizations, as well as manipulating the information at their disposal. While Charlie Wincott is unfortunately no longer working on this project due to unforeseen complications, he has set up powerful tools and procedures for scrubbing the internet and identifying and locating problematic situations and individuals. We're stationing people in key locations and maintaining control, often under the guise of advisors and consultants to people in power. They are ready to step in as required. Anybody working in these roles needs to be proactive and project a constant aura of helpful authority and dependability. Diplomacy is the order of the day, people. That's vital for maintaining certain fictions, such as Jack Joyce's culpability in the events of the university, etc. 2. Minimize conflict. That's to say, make sure that individuals, whether they're politicians, city officials, police officers, reporters, ordinary citizens, etc., suffer a minimal impact from our activities. If we have to use force, the situation needs to take place out of sight and remain entirely contained. Whether containment means misdirection, coercion, intimidation, bribery, or some other means depends on the circumstances. It is vital that nobody is left in a position to complain. To be explicitly clear, this doesn't mean we can eliminate witnesses and cover it up. When people don't come home, others start to ask questions, so that it has to be a last resort. I expect all supervisors to monitor their teams closely to ensure things stay on an even keel. I know most of our operatives haven't been trained in the soft touch, and I'll be blunt, that's the last thing we need is somebody thinking this is Afghanistan and smacking a civilian around. Did I miss something here? Okay. We're one YouTube video away from this whole thing blowing up in our faces. We have to maintain our operational profile throughout. They're dropping a lot of, or name dropping a lot of brands and stuff in this. Ones that like aren't like overt product placement, like the Nissan stuff. Anyway, for all of these activities, we have a considerable budget. Monarch Solutions is very well off. We've been building resources for a long time. This is considered a priority, so we could buy a lot of silence and cooperation from authorities and citizens alike. This only works as long as those things are for sale, and the moment we're seen as a threat, that opportunity will disappear. If you see a problem, be proactive and call it in. Don't let anything run out of control or think it'll work itself out. We have to be sure the situation can unravel faster than we think. We have to coordinate our activities properly. Any questions or concerns, please contact me sooner rather than later. Wow. Okay.
Hey, Amy. What am I looking at here?
I've been recording Monarch communications with the radio that Beth left me. I made a compilation of anything that seemed like it might be useful.
Okay. Transcript of Monarch Communications. Com 1032. Unknown Monarch personnel. HQ, come in. This is First Aid 1. We've got a situation here at the hospital. Over. Monarch Radio Commander. Go ahead. First Aid 1. Over. It's a fucking mess down here. HQ, Burke showed up for his wife like we thought. Gibson okay, I was right. Gibson interrupted him. Burke wouldn't come quietly, so Gibson drew on him, and well, Gibson's dead. Burke strangled him with a power cord in full sight of half the hospital. So, that kind of shit show. Over. Do you have the situation contained? Where's Burke now? Over. Isn't that like a myth? That they use the phrase over that frequently with like modern communications? Anyway. We're working the scene and wiped the footage, but Gibson didn't have backup. So who knows how many people saw the fight. And where they are now. Same goes for Burke. He's in the wind, so's his wife. Over. Copy that. First Aid 1. We'll run with that on our end. Just tidy up things over there. Over and out. Okay, that was mercifully brief. What else we got here? It's over there. Is it one of those quantum ripple things? Toilets. It's called a bathroom. Wow, fancy bathroom. How long has this been abandoned for? That street's gotta be like a decade old, right? At least. Something like that. Hi there. You a moo cow? Oh.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, we'd wait for Beth to come in from the light.
This is all my stuff from our family home. Kept everything.
Jack is acting.
Guess you thought you might come back.
Kinda creepy, wouldn't it?
Is that?
Oh, it's a giraffe, not a moo cow.
Will's personal psychiatrist. Want to give it a try?
I think that giraffe's holding enough baggage.
Oh, what happened there? It's like the room's acoustics kicked in on her voice line, but only for a moment.
Jack? You okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks pretty out there. What do you have to say? What do you have there? Pulse of the Streets. Something by Claude Francois Jr. Oh.
My artsy rebel phase.
Complete with a very rebellious how-to guide. Always wanted to try this, actually. Never had the time.
Okay. But I think that's a good point to wrap this up. I don't really like to wrap it up after a whole bunch of reading, because it seems like a really dumb thing to go out on, but my recording software says we're an hour and 18 in, so yeah, we're gonna pick this up next episode. So if you like this episode, want to give it a like, a comment, or constructive criticism, and if you want more like this, why not subscribe? Either way, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and I hope you'll join me next time. Stay spicy.